LinkedIn has not caught up. It's still perceived as the corporate web platform. Okay, so that gives you an idea of where your audience are. So make use of it. In terms of app ranking, okay, so a lot of you know a lot about things here when you're using social. I mean, some people use it from the phone and all that, like you mentioned. WhatsApp Messenger is the top apps that is being used, and who are the owners? Carousel in Singapore. So you're in e-commerce. Remember that. You can think. WeChat, we have what do you call Carousel? Is also one of the biggest app downloads. So let me share a little bit of the ecosystem of Facebook. Now, why I'm sharing all this is because now you have a framework, you have an idea of where your audience are. Okay, what type of platforms are they using? Okay, what I'm doing right now is to share a little bit more about the platform, the ecosystem of Facebook. Now, Facebook itself, if most of us would know, owns Instagram, Messenger, WhatsApp. So if you know that your audience are very B2C, very web, then of course Facebook would be your target, your preferred, or I would say option one platform. Okay. Now, look at this humongous one by itself WeChat ecosystem. If you notice, just by its platform, apart from contacts and chat, you're able to do everything inside. Okay, that's why China itself, has been able to do very, very well on WeChat. It's because they have an ecosystem as huge as this, which a lot of people still have not monetized and maximized because we don't really know so much about it. But if you look really at the ecosystem of it, it's really ridiculous. AR, AI, everything is just inside. Oh, okay, sorry. Then of course you have our good friend at Google, okay, and Google ecosystem is also just as huge. Now, looking at all the platform, you will ask yourself, hey, everyone also all look alike. How am I supposed to know which one should I use? Again, you have to ask yourself who your target audience are. For me, I use LinkedIn. My platform is LinkedIn. Okay, I don't use and Google because we are more B2B business. So my target audience are going to be there. Okay, I'm exploring and spending a little bit more time on WeChat because WeChat is our next target with the overall ecosystem. I'm very, as much as I have a Facebook, I'm not very active in it. Okay? I see more of my friends active, and sometimes when I'm free, I'll just comment. Well, with all that you have known, one of the things that we also know is we now know what is social currency. We all know where to find our audience and who our audience are. Now, most probably is you know all this, but it's all about strategy. But before you do your strategy, one of the missed things that we notice is that a lot of people do not actually do businesses craft their customer journey mapping, because customer journey is very, very critical, because you can have the business, but at the end of the day, you don't know how to take care, you don't know which platform, you know all the platform, but you don't know how to retain them, and that's going to be very, what the word to use is, basically it will happen. It will basically, even if the loopholes, you're not aware. So previously, we have the 80-20. 20% of your customers come from 80% of work. In time to come, it will be 20% of your effort for 80% of your clients. And that's the wall of digital. Okay, just to give you a little idea, I have the template, which I'll give it to you guys after the event, okay, about how you basically, what is customer journey. You basically ask about your pains, you explore the pains, the triggers, the emotions, what your people want. And one of the things is, after which you have your own team to design. Many times I share with people, this is nothing to do with feminists, okay? One of the findings in customer journey and experience in America is that your team should have at least 2 females in sight. Okay, your customer journey mapping. Do you know what's the reason? I mean, do you know why? Cheryl, you know? Yeah, she's a very Jack Ma fan. Okay, like I said, it's nothing to do with genders, okay? We women's are what we have our Yes, you're right. We're very emotional people. Today, the customer journey mapping deals with a lot of emotions. I don't like it. I feel I don't like it. There you go. I see this thing no good. I don't. And women are very emotional. Because we are emotional, we're able to detect a lot of things and think of things that a lot of people don't, guys would not think, because guys are very a little bit more technical, like logic, whereas women are a little bit more emotional. So Marcus, they have actually identified that in your team you have at least because the women will provide the emotional part, the probing part. I still remember when I was young, my brother always says, women like to gossip, guys gossips, but their gossips are very dangerous. So I always ask him, what do you mean by that? Because when a guy gossips, they gossip about women and they don't say good anything about women. I said, oh, okay. Well, gone are the days, of course he's a baby boomer lah, so that's how he thinks about it, but it's true, women's, yes, I chose to say we don't gossip. We just like to share feedbacks. From the market to wherever we are, we share feedbacks. We share feedbacks about what we see and what we do. Okay. Okay. So, in conclusion, okay, I've actually shared a little bit about what social currency is all about, and social currency and how you can actually use it to be your assets. Okay. But most importantly, you need to know what you want to fulfill. The currency, the social currency, is just a concept that you can use to bring business. But you need to have a strategy to basically know what exactly your end goal is. Okay? You need to understand the different roles of the social. Because social media is just which one you know, you don't know. And once you know what are the different roles of the social media, and you decide on it, then your next part of you is to design your customer, because the customer journey mapping will actually help you to design what you have to do and how you're going to get it viral and how you're going to continue it. Like I said, the 80-20 has now moved around. And of course, the good thing about it is, previously, when we first started, I'm sure Amanda would agree, data analytics and all that was like, I remember you mentioned earlier how you actually started in computer and what it is today. So the technologies and platforms are actually helping us to gather our data, to gather our things. So leverage on automation tools to streamline. And that's my suggestion to you. Okay, there are many free platforms. There are also many subscription. Okay, we have to understand people who do it took so much time in terms of leverage, in terms of developing it. It is rightfully that we pay them a subscription fee, just like to do and to make money out of it. Of course, in this world of Greek free economy, some things are still free, but free things are not always the best. Okay, so that's how I do. Okay, I didn't even know I put this up. Okay. Now, generally, basically, as I mentioned, I'm actually also a trainer. So I'm actually planning 2 of this talk. So if any one of you are interested, let me know. If I have enough numbers, I will just basically conduct a talk sharing on how to design your customer journey mapping, or how to craft email contents that gets people to read. Okay. And last, one more that I forgot to put up. I do have this game for all the businesses people. It's called the leverage game. Of course, some of my friends here have actually played it, but for the benefit of those who want to play, because I purchased this tool set and it's gathering dust. So I would like to invite anybody who wants to play this game, let me know. What it does is that it gives you a holistic feel of how every businesses, from manpower to systems and process, a journey of it. Okay, so this game is I can have about 16 people, and then what we'll do is we'll debrief. Many times, in fact, almost every time when we play this game, everyone has a learning outcome out of it. And the interesting part about this outcome is, it actually surfaces out from the things that you see. Like for example, you see her playing the game, and it feels that, hey, I did make some mistakes. It is reflecting in the way she plays the game. Or you see him play and you say, hey, he's got a very interesting idea of doing business. And you cannot counter learn. And as facilitators, what I do is I basically already observe, and then what we share. And we'll then share about that. So it's basically a very simple, interesting game. Like I said, if you are interested, I'll set up the game maybe on one of the Fridays or Saturdays for everybody to just play. Okay?
Where?
Well, where? Oh, that's a good question. Then I'll have to see who likes to sponsor the place. We will think about that later. Okay. Okay, and that sums up a short presentation that I have on social currency. If you want to know where I am and who I am, you just need to go into my website. My website is still a little bit not done, completely done, okay, to my satisfaction. And this is how you can contact me. Okay, with that, so I'd like to thank everyone for your time. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand over to Xavier to tell you about his life story. Thank you.